It's my Geiger counter. It's not too fancy, it's pretty cheap. I use it just to make sure I don't do anything silly. Usually I know what I'm going to expect, like when I received this little guy today. So what do we got? It's a uranium metal. It's 99.99% pure. It's uranium, but it's not just regular uranium. It's not natural uranium. This is depleted uranium. So uranium comes in a few flavors. You've got uranium-238, which is the main bulk of the uranium. So that's 99.3% or so of the uranium is uranium-238, and that's what this guy is here, uranium-238. Natural uranium contains about 0.7% uranium-235, and that's the special source that they use to make bombs and power plants. So this stuff here is depleted uranium. This has had the uranium-235 removed from it for exactly that, so for use in a power plant or for use in manufacturing nuclear weapons. This has come from the USA, it just arrived today. I've got a broader collection of the cubes, 1 centimeter cubes of pure samples of the elements, and this is a gorgeous one. This has come from a company called Lusiteria. They sell these for $800 US. And as you can see, I think once I get some focus on that little guy, really? No focus. Yeah, anyway, that's it's really dense. That's a cube of uranium metal, and that's in oil of some form. I think it's pretty viscous, as we can see, and in a glass ampoule that's quite, well, sturdy. It feels really quite thick. I think even if I drop this, I doubt it would break. Anyway, but it's interesting, hey, right? You sort of think of uranium, you think it's going to be radioactive, and this thing should go nuts, but actually what you see is that it's not particularly radioactive at all. In fairness, it's got to get through that glass and oil, which is quite challenging for it, for a lot of the alpha and beta particles. Alpha particles definitely can't get through, beta, not too bad. And yeah, if you put it on top, so that's where the input for the radiation goes. Let's see what happens. Right, so it's clearly a little radioactive, but anything below 0.5 can be background radiation at locations around the world. So this level of radiation is as close to nothing as you could possibly imagine, especially from a cube of uranium. I just find it hard to see how they can get rid of so much of the radiation. Make it worthwhile, because I mean the enrichment of uranium-235 to make the weapons and the fuel for power plants takes a lot of effort to spin that stuff out and get a slightly enriched uranium-235 stream. But what's left is this stuff, which is the depleted. It's still got all the chemical properties of uranium. So, for instance, it's extreme physical properties. So it's extremely dense. It reacts chemically exactly the same as uranium-235. Or the natural blend of 235, 238, and all the other, 23. I'm not even going to guess. It's been a while. So it reacts chemically exactly the same. Very dense, and it turns out it makes really good bullets, right? Because the density of this thing is huge. It kind of rips through all sorts of things that bullets like to try to rip through, right? So yeah, what's that? So 4 times background roughly, okay? So keep that in mind, and if you put it this far away from what we were seeing before, it's already sort of dropping off. 0.62, it's coming down. I mean, you can see that plateau like instantly going down, yeah. All right, well, let's just bundle that one up and put it back in its little container here so you can see where it came from. And what have we got? Uranium 99.99 from Lusiteria. Those guys are amazing. Check out their websites. Oh my god, it's so just absolutely gorgeous stuff on their website. So yeah, it's radioactive, it's poisonous, something people don't really know about uranium. It's actually just poisonous in its own right, not just from the radiation that might get you, but it's actually like a heavy metal that can kill you just by being a heavy metal. So put it away. As we can see, back down to just below background, right? 0.2 is about background. seal it up. So, but we do have something to compare it with, right? And what do you know? I've got lunchbox. So just straight up. Wonder what's in there, hey? It's a bad sign. What about that? It's not even open yet. Wonder what's inside, hey? Let's have a look. So again, you see the bleep, you hear the bleeping, and you think to yourself, "Oh, radiation, radiation, awful, got to get away from it." But actually, the levels are still pretty bloody benign. It'll take a long time around this thing to do you any measurable harm. Right? So look at this beautiful, beautiful autunite crystals. Right there, you have. It's a calcium uranium phosphate mineral called autunite. So that yellow stuff is more than 50% uranium by weight. And of course it's natural because it's just come from a mine in Portugal. And therefore it has all of the juicy uranium-235 that is clearly the thing that's making all that noise and racket. So let's see what happens when we put the Geiger counter on it fully. It's more of a crunch than a tick, isn't it? What do you reckon? Where are we going to get up to? I know the answer, actually. Precisely. We're almost there. That's quite amusing. Let's go with that. The answer is 99.99. It really should be maxing out the thing that's put in the middle. What's it going to say? Here we are. That's the answer. The answer is we don't know how radioactive it is. Well, we kind of do, because it almost stopped before when I'd had these things out. So roughly 100 microsieverts per hour. So 0.1 millisieverts per hour. Not very much. And look, you do this, instantly it drops off. We're only, what, 5 centimeters, 10 centimeters. Bring it up a little more. Let's put it here. You can see how quickly the radiation just drops off. You only have to go about a meter or so, and you pretty much can't tell it's even there. Amazing, hey? Let's get this thing out so you can have a better look. I'm in no danger here whatsoever, by the way. I'm sure that's pretty obvious. Quite a heavy stone. Turn it up the other way. No, very little bits, not much.